Welcome back, everybody, to the episode of the Legion Lads. I'm your host, JR. Today we got Nick and Jose. What's up, guys?
Oh no, Darth Nicholas is here.
Ready for some impulsive, way too fast takes.
Yeah, I kind of got tongue tied there a little bit because I'm just like, ooh, this is gonna be spicy. There's a lot of information, as everybody just alluded to. The custom rebels and the custom Empire operative and commander have been released
The
as far as
Build-A-Bears.
the print to play. So you could technically play these, but these do not hit the shelves until what's the date on
No,
these?
there's no print and play. No, no, no.
Well,
Where's
they
the print? Where's the print and
There's a
play?
street
right here
date.
in the article.
Nope, that's
There's
a
a street date.
transmission. That's a
No,
transmission. There is
hold,
He's
no, no,
already
no,
no,
no, no,
angry.
no,
there
no,
is
no.
no print and
That's
play.
not what they said. That's not what they
What?
said.
Where?
They said everything that they have is print to play. Am I correct or am I wrong?
When they make a print and
No,
play
no, no, no,
document,
no, no. They didn't. Did they
no,
ever say print and play document?
yes, that's
You have to
exactly
go to
what
Okay.
the
that's
print and
I
play
need.
exactly
section
what
on
they
the
say. It
I
has
website.
to
want
be a print and
receipts.
play document.
Give me receipts because all this info is out right now. Butter up, boys. You guys can play it.
It has to
Not
be on
legally.
an official AMG document that says you can
I
print this.
I need
It has
receipts, Nick. I need receipts. You need to show me where it says it's got to be a
it has to
printable
be in the
document. They
I'm
Actually,
telling
said
you. You
actually,
have to go to the
that's
website and go to
that's
the print
very
and play
simple. That
section.
is, yeah, exactly. If you can go to the rules
mm,
section on the AMG website for Star Wars Legion and find this, then yes, you can print it. You can only find this on the transmission page. That is not the rules
incorrect.
section.
I'm not going
Nope.
about the sections. I'm going about what they said. What they
That-
said is everything is print to play, not everything is print to play on the printable documents.
It
Am I?
has to be a print
That's
and
that's what
No,
play.
yeah, that's
no,
what makes
no,
it
no. Is
legal.
it in the rules?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes,
If it's in the rules,
yes.
I will concede, but you got to show me the receipts.
I'll show you
Okay.
the rules page where the
Yes.
rules are.
Yes. That's what I need.
Well, here's a better way. If you were to take your print and play
Mm,
to
Why am I yelling
let's
already?
let's
you're
say
fired up.
there's a FLG Legion tournament. Let's call it Fresno VO.
Mm.
You're telling me that this place you're gonna walk in with these print and play guys and be like, I'm gonna play these in this official tournament, and they're
What
gonna say yes?
I'm gonna pretend you are the one in charge of this Fresno tournament. Okay. You know what I'm gonna say to you? What are you gonna do about it?
Also, it's an official
Banned.
rule. Also, it's an official rule that models are not legal until their release date. That's an official rule as well.
I
That's
need to see
an.
the receipts.
What do you
I
mean
need to
see the
see the
receipts? That's an
I
official rule.
okay, I
That's
need
an
to see this
official.
official rule.
All right, I'll show you that document as well. Then
He's
I'll
so
show you that
fired up
You
document
know
as
already.
what?
well.
You know what, Nick? I want you to teach me Legion, okay? That's what I need you to
No, don't do
do.
that.
Um, but before we get into all that, guys, couple announcements. I think just one announcement. The Legion lads are having a tournament on September 7th, which is a Sunday. If you guys can make it, that'd be awesome. Locals, if you guys can make it, that'd be awesome too. Should be a fun, good tournament. And hopefully Rob makes these legal,
No, Rob, do not
but
do
he
it.
probably won't. Um, so yeah, you boys going to the tournament?
No.
Because
It's a
you
Probably.
want,
Sunday, man. It's family day.
nah, man, don't give me that. It's football. That's why.
No, football doesn't start till August, and
Uh,
it's the Cowboys. I
I
really don't.
I don't know.
I'm so heartbroken for my Cowboys, dude. I was LJ told Rob to have me reach out to him because they do their little football league,
Mhm.
and he's like, you're on the docket. I just need to know if you're gonna play or not." And I said, "Nah, dude. I said I don't have time." I said, "To be honest, I was like, my Cowboys are driving me up a wall." And he's like, "Ooh, Cowboys." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck the Cowboys." And I did a little
Language.
crying meme.
What about you, Nick?
What was the question?
Are you able to make the tournament?
I
I had to put you on the spot.
We'll see.
But yes, September 7th. Those that can make it, it'd be awesome to see you guys there. I know we got some out of towners coming in, which is gonna be awesome. So yeah. But moving on to the juicy stuff. We got the custom commander. And we're gonna go over the Empire one because that one was released first. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over each individual unit and what can be equipped to them. And then We'll give them. I'll get your guys' opinion on it, and then the ranking of where you think how good this unit is going to be. And
So hold on. For the
yeah,
record, I'm on the official AMG forum or official AMG website. I just went to Empire Print and Play, and it's all the upgrades. And on this Print to Play, which is the things you can legally play, there's nothing from any of these leaks on there.
but that's
So you
not what I
can't print
said.
and play.
That's not what I said, did I?
No, but that's how you print and
No,
But that's how
play.
no,
you print
no,
and play.
no.
That's how you print and
That's no,
play.
incorrect, sir. How print and play works is if it's on the screen and you can take the file, take it to a
No,
printer, print
that's
it
not.
out.
No, that's
I just
exact.
I just
That's
printed
That
piracy.
something I
that
could play.
that's exactly not how it works.
That's what. Oh,
That's
see,
not how it works at all.
I'm looking at these images right here, and you know what's beautiful about these images? I could take them, print them out, and boom, baby, we
Nick,
got we got we
he's
got
screenshotting
progress.
them on his phone. He's cropping them. He's gonna take them
And
to like
I'm gonna
Costco or
crop my
somewhere.
own custom model in there, my 3D printer one. Like,
Oh
haha.
God.
yeah, and just one thing to correct you there. You said I said that because Empire was released first. You mean it was leaked first? I don't think they meant to
Well, the
release
article was
these.
was released first as well.
Yeah, because it was leaked.
You
They
think
weren't.
so?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh
This was gonna be
for
the mini
sure.
extravaganza.
No, I don't think
What are they gonna
so.
show us
No,
at mini
no,
extravaganza?
no, no. Well, these were coming out before mini straps, so
Was
they
it
were
before?
they
Oh.
yeah, because they're releasing in October, right? So they were going to show us, but there is no way, absolutely no way, AMG could never convince me that in one day their plan was to drop both these transmissions. They never do that. They always space out their transmissions. They would have dropped one of these one week and one the next week, or one like on a Wednesday and one like on a Thursday. They never would have dropped two transmissions for two different, totally different reveals in one single day. They did it only because it linked. That's the
Which
only reason they did it.
that's so hard for me to believe, only for the fact that the person who leaked it didn't reveal the doctrines, and like, why keep that doctrine secret?
Well, they obviously had it. I don't know. So who knows why they kept it secret? Who knows why? But there is you could never convince me that their plan was to
What
release two transmissions in one day.
what
No
if
way.
what if the people that got this early was on an NDA, and the NDA was up that day that it was leaked? So the person was like, "Hey, I could put this up."
Well, then they messed up there then. I guess that's a mess up, but I doubt that. I
But
doubt
yeah,
that.
you might be totally
Yeah,
right, and that person just not.
just because they came out on the same day. There's no way. When do they ever leak? When would they ever purposely release two things in one game on the same day?
That's valid. That's a valid point. And I am gonna thank the leaker for this because we got the stats, baby. Thank you, leaker. I understand you have to wait. I understand you got to do this correctly, but having this information gets me pumped,
Wait,
excited
hold
for the
on.
game, and it gets your fire rolling,
And
good
probably
or
him
bad. I'm
fired.
looking at
Hold
you,
on,
Nick.
and him probably fired. Not all leaks are like meant to happen. Like it could be like, oh,
Oh,
just I'm putting it out there just because I can't wait and I want to just do it. Like the guy leaking it could be a complete asshole.
well,
You
no,
know,
he most likely
he
got his.
probably is,
Well, I mean, like, he most likely got his privileges
but he's a good
revoked
asshole.
as far as like giving this stuff to him early. He's just like, oh well, AMG's like, yeah, we're not doing that to you.
You're really pumped for this, honestly.
Yeah, man. This
Oh, you're gonna hate my
oh
take, bro.
oh I probably will, but like me and Nick, we played Stormtide and it was fun. I had a blast fielding my commander.
Yeah, you did.
Nick
I've heard everybody
Nick
say
didn't have
JR's
fun,
had fun.
but
Wait,
it
I think wait a minute. I get too off base. I think you misremember a little bit what happened with Storm Time. You also had a bad time too. So don't make it seem like you did not as well.
well,
I could go back and pull up the message where you thought my commander was too overpowered
I agree.
after he beat you up
Yes,
too
yes.
bad.
To be clear, you're absolutely right. Because I remember there was a time where your Stormtide commander didn't get any lightsabers, and so like my guy just literally did nothing the whole game. And Nick got the guns early and got everything. And I was just like, nah, Nick, this is cheating. This is not fair. This is not fair. And then I got my saber. I was like, oh, this is fair now. So you're right. You're correct. They did delay the sabers, which made me not have fun originally with the Storm Tide Commander. But then the saber came out, and I have a blast. Um, but let's go over these. I will go over the officer first because I think that's more like the right in ranking orders. And we'll go through that. So the Imperial officer is 55 points. You can equip an ordnance, a command, two trainings, a weapon, and then two gears. Uh, they all have an equip doctrine, and so you must equip it. Inspire one, and she's got 6 health, courage 2. She surges up and down on white saves, speed 2, and her melee is 3 black, and her blaster pistols range 1 to 2, 2 whites, and 1 black. She can equip the Doctrine Academy Train, which is 10 points. It increases her courage by 1. This unit gains Exemplar, Inspire 1, and Strategize 1. She can also equip Tip of the Spear, which is 8 points, and it says when this unit is issued an order, an ally unit within range 1 may remove up to 1 suppression token. This unit gains Aid, Empire Trooper unit, and Direct Core Trooper unit, and Tactical 1. This can also be equipped by the Imperial Agent, but we're just going to go over things that can be equipped also to the officer. The officer can also equip Defend in Depth, which is 10 points. During the end phase, choose one allied trooper unit within range 1 of this unit. The chosen unit does not remove 1 aim token. This unit gains Aid and Placement Trooper unit, Prepare Position, and Spotter 1. And then the gears slot that she can equip is Combat Armor, which the Rebels and the Empire, both officers and agent, could equip this. It's 15 points, pretty pricey, but it changes your white defense dice to red, and you lose Surge to defend. They also have a Seeker Droid for 8 points, which is this unit gains Recharge 1, Shield 1, and Observe 1. And then the last one that they can equip is called Command and Control Uplink for 8 points. And it says during the command phase, after revealing command cards, before determining priority, you may discard this card. If you do, you may treat your revealed command card as 1 pip lower until the end of the round. And then oh no, wait, there's a lot more. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
stuff I got to go over. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should just do this one at a time.
We can save to the weapons to the end if you want to stop
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. Let's stop there because I was just like, wait a minute, I forgot about the weapons. And I feel like I'm giving
Yeah,
the
you got
audience
weapons and command cards.
yeah, I'm giving the audience way too much information to follow along, I feel like. So let's go over the Imperial officer with the doctrines. Uh, Jose, what is your take on this so far?
Lame.
Really? Why?
All they did was, and Nick's laughing already. All they did was basically give you keywords that they gave you things that could have just been put on the unit itself, and I wouldn't have even batted an eye at it staying at 55 points. Like realistically, exemplar, um, you already have units that have exemplar, like that do more, like Veers and I think it's Krennic. Um, increasing your courage by 1. Okay, you could most Empire players are bringing Vader, Iden, or whatever. Um, Inspire 1, like put Inspire 1 on this card on the Imperial Agent or Officer, and I wouldn't even say it would need a points increase. I feel like a lot of these things are selling you upgrades that they just didn't that like they got rid of upgrades and then we're like, cool, here's our upgrades. And I feel like they're just giving you the army keyword access to things that they don't normally have. Or that could any of these could have been on that card and I would have been like, oh cool, that's 55 points worth. When it comes to the doctrines, like I was expecting more. So when it comes
Really?
to doctrines,
I,
when it comes to doctrines, I was expecting more. Um, like direct trooper on tip of the spear, cool. You're gonna take Callus anyways. Most Empire players are taking Callus. Like The whole point of a 55 point unit, like these old, like old Becky, OG Becky, was because she's just gonna sit in the back. She's gonna do her thing, which she had Inspire. Oh, Becky had Inspire one anyways, if I'm correct. Um, Inspire one already. She's gonna sit back, duel out orders. Like they just gave, like I said, they got rid of upgrades to then give us them it back as doctrines, and then because realistically, like Academy trained, Inspire one, we have that
Well,
as a
now
as
now
an
it's going to be
upgrade card.
Inspired 2.
That's fine. I'm just saying like it.
And
I
this
you
is the first time that they're going to have a generic commander with Courage 3. And if mistake me if I'm wrong, but there is no other Courage 3 commander other than I believe Iden. I mean, if you don't count Vader, which is infinite,
And isn't
right?
Iden an operative? Iden's not even a commander.
I thought she was a commander still. Because I think it
I
was,
thought she was a commander still too.
Maybe I'm. Oh, you're right. She is a commander. My bad. My
yeah.
bad.
So,
Yeah,
oh,
because when she deployed when she old Legion when she infiltrated, she became a
That that's what I'm thinking of.
operative.
That's what I'm
So
thinking of.
so
Yeah.
it looks like Moff Gideon and Iden Versio are the only commanders that are Courage 3. That's as high as it go, unless you count Vader's infinite courage. All the other ones are 2. So just for the fact that you can increase the courage by 3 for relatively cheaper than the other 3 commanders, then
And
that's a
once
big
again,
deal.
no, because here's the thing. This is where we differ. You could be like relatively cheaper, cool, but the other ones you named do more. And I feel like
Do
in this
they?
game, yeah, dude, Iden does a lot. Iden's a wrecking ball. So and Gideon, contrary to what people believe, Gideon can be a wrecking ball as well.
They're
But
also
that's
like
And
twice the points.
Yes, and the most appealing thing about this is that you just have to equip this under her, which will make her 65 points, and that's it. That's all you need, right?
no,
Theoretically, if that's all you need for your army, right?
but here's the
You don't
thing.
need to equip her with
If
all these things. You can just slap this on her, and you got a cheap 65 point
no,
commander.
because what's the if it's not the highest, what's the second high? The top two upgrades taken when it comes to commanders, it's improv orders. So you're gonna pay
But
another
you're gonna
tax.
slap that on anyways.
Then she's not 65 points. She's
Well, I'm talking about
70.
you're gonna slap that on Krennic, you'll slap it on Veers, you'll slap it on Iden. You're slapping that on anyways, right?
Once again, like I said, we can have that. We have difference of opinion. I like I said, I don't think this isn't. It's not. These don't impress me at all. The only thing in here that like combat armor,
Mm.
I people are saying it's priced too high. I think it's priced fine because you're bumping your save up. I think that's worth money. Period. The Secret Droid and the one thing in here that blows me away that I think is the gonna be taken everywhere is gonna be the command and control uplink. That
Yes,
is the
I agree with you.
only that is
I
the
agree with
only
you.
card. So when I look at these cards, when I look at what we just talked about, when I look at doctrines, I'm not surprised. I'm not thrilled. I expected more. When I look at these upgrades, they're whatever. People are gonna cry about their red saves being too expensive, but yeah, I don't care. It's the only thing on here that was awesome, crazy, that is gonna make the game play different is gonna be command and control because the only person that can stop that is Han.
No, not anymore.
Yes,
If you play Han 0 pip and I play a 1 pip, I could command and conquer my 1 pip to a 0 pip.
Yeah.
and it's a roll off.
Yeah.
Roll off. Yeah. Roll
So
It's
off.
not
so
a so this the
so
key the
it's
main thing
huge.
about this is
It's
this
huge in the sense that Han can no longer go first anymore.
Yeah. At least you make it a chance that he doesn't go first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus it's automatic now.
Yeah.
well I'm looking at it as like you're gonna want to use this against another one pip, another whatever to guarantee you go first. I'm saying yes, Han. You can't guarantee that Han can. You're saying that Han can't go first, and that's fine. But it's still a roll off versus you playing this against any other unit besides Han and knowing you're gonna get it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I think this is going to be a card that a lot of commanders are going to take.
I think this
And
card's going
agent.
up in points. This is gonna be 15 points in the next few months.
This is huge. Like it gets rid of cunning. It gets rid of a lot of things. It's just like, hey, I'm going first no matter what. and that's all that might be a turn that's all you need to do is go first to decide the game. So I agree with you. I think you're gonna see the
That's gonna
slap.
be
And what's
mark it
mo
on your mark it on the pod. This remember this episode in like 3 months. That 8 points is gonna be 15.
and so like in my head I'm trying to debate what's better, the Imperial stuff or the Rebel stuff. And like just for that one gear slot, only the Imperial agent and the Imperial officer have two gear slots. So they could take combat armor if they want. They could take your secret droid if they want, and the command uplink. Whereas rebels, when we'll get to rebels, only have one gear slot, which I think kind of hurts them. Um, but anyways, Jose, I know I interrupted you. We'll finish your
No, no,
thought.
no, you're good, you're good. No, that's it. Like I said, like these guys are not gonna be. I have a feeling they're not gonna be as cheap as people believe they are, because everything sounds nice in your head. Uh, Courage 3 White Save sounds nice until you get Strike and Faded into Oblivion, and then you're
So
like, maybe I gotta put the combat armor on, and then now you've went up another 15 points.
I,
It's too early to tell. I'm just saying, but they
we'll definitely get there, but because we haven't went over the weapons and we haven't went over the command cards.
that's the other
Um,
thing too.
I think, in my opinion, that these guys you really don't want to make them shooty guys or like effective in combat because I don't think they have the best utility for that. I think that's actually rebels better doing that. So we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. I honestly think that these guys you can make them as cheap as possible for make room for your other stuff. Like because that's all you really need to do is put a doctrine, put command uplink, and your officer's done.
I don't agree, but
So
yeah,
so
we can.
so for the Imperial officer, what letter grade would you give it as how effective it would be?
To be honest, I'm looking at it like they just repackaged and resold you a more expensive customizable Becky.
Okay. Well, what letter grade would you give it?
A C?
See? Okay. Nick, your turn.
All right. Well, I hate these as well, but for all the different reasons, because they're so freaking good.
Okay. Tell me why.
I
Because now
mean,
your opinion is the exact opposite of Jose's.
yeah,
So
that,
yeah. Okay.
I
Tell
mean,
me.
yeah, they are cheaper than pretty much all the other options, and they are doing as much, or in some cases maybe a little more, or even some cooler abilities than anything else you can take. And then especially for Empire, they are giving their battle forces, which right now are probably their strongest things to play, more options in their command and operative slots. Because I could be wrong, because I think both of these guys have been added to all their battle
Yeah.
forces, I think almost.
I think
So
you're right. Yeah.
so now Remnant, which I think was already a good thing to play, doesn't have to take Gideon and can take now the
Poor
now can take
Gideon.
now can take
Poor Gideon.
these cards with these really cool upgrades and abilities at this cheap point cost. Um, yeah, I think they're really good, and I think they have some of these abilities are pretty. I mean, this is tons of keywords, way more than I thought they were going to get.
Hmm.
And as we get over the rebels, I'll show some comparisons that I don't know. I don't know how this worked out. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't. Did they forget to print some things for rebels? I'm just kidding. Yeah. I don't. I don't. I don't.
Whoa!
I don't know
Wait,
what.
wait, hold
That's
on,
a
Nick. We're
hot
not there
take.
yet.
I don't know what
That's
We're
a
not
hot
happened.
there
take.
yet.
That's a hot take. So
Yeah.
so let me go ahead and finish reading off the officer, and then we'll cover the agent. So the officers and agent they both get these guns. There's three guns. Um, the heavy blaster pistol is 5 points. It's 1 to 2 range, 2 red, lethal 1, long shot, has sharpshooter 1 and target 1. The stun baton is a melee immobilize 1 with 1 red, 5 blacks, and it gives the unit demoralize 1 for 8 points. The Z6 riot baton, which interesting, there's a Z6 that's a baton. Like I don't think I've ever seen that in Star Wars, but hey, sign me up. That's 5 points. It gives you immune to melee pierce, and the baton has suppressive, and it's 2 red, 2 black. The officer does have 1 command card, which I did kind of like. Each of these guys are going to have their own command card. The pips are going to vary depending on who you're playing. The Imperial officer is going to be running a 3 pip, which is 3 trooper units. And it says whenever a core trooper unit is issued an order with this card, its ranged weapon gains suppressive until end of the round. Additionally, when an enemy unit panics this round, after the effect is resolved, an allied core unit may make a speed 1 move. Now, in my opinion, I think this is the best one out of all the command cards that we've seen so far. Do you guys agree or not?
Even the rebel
Negative.
one?
Even the rebel ones. Like,
Interesting. Okay.
I might not remember the. Oh wait, no, the 2 pip I think is better. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So
Yeah.
I would say this is the second best.
Second best. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Go
second
ahead.
best out of the 3 command cards that were released.
There's technically 4, Nick, but you are correct.
Yeah.
People are going
Three.
to be playing three
There
of
were
these.
three. There were
Yes.
3 command cards released. That is all.
The fourth
That is
one
all.
for viewers, he's kidding. There is a
No.
fourth one,
No. There
but
wasn't.
it is dead in the water, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So then, in your opinion, Nick, what? And Jose, I don't think I asked you this too, and specifically for the officer. Out of all these upgrades, what combination do you think people mostly be playing?
Me or Nick?
I will go Nick first.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I think that's gonna very depend, on what you are playing, right? Because there is that really cool new prepare position one they have, right? And or they know actually not the placement one, right? The aid in placement, spotter, keep the aim. That's a cool one. So it's like, are you leaning into that, or are you just taking the commander for the exemplar, inspire, and strategize, and the +1 courage, right? So I think it still does kind of depend on what force you're building, because that's just it, right? These are custom. These are not. It's not. This is the best one for every army, right? You can make a case for probably a lot of these combinations depending on the army you're building, and I could probably make a case that you would take 2 or 3 of these in the army you're building, maybe, right? Maybe three is too much, but probably two, right? You're maybe taking an officer and an agent, or 2 officers, right? To build them out. So I don't know if there is a to say the right way per se,
And
really.
Nick, honestly, I 100% agree with you, which is kind of a trick question because that's exactly what I wanted from these guys. I wanted it to be a way where you could build your custom commander or operative in a way that fits the army you're trying to build. A good example is that the defend in depth, you can now effectively build a prepare position list and just start on the battlefield and then just, support your guys wherever they need to go and everything, which it might be good, but it seems fun, right?
Don't the
And
rebels have the battle force that already does that?
which one?
Echo based defenders. It's all
No,
Well, I
it's all
mean,
emplacements.
you
we
could take
yeah,
yeah you could this one
yeah.
you can now give your
There was an
commander.
army that did it already.
Well, I mean, technically the Empire could do it too, but the problem is your commander didn't get on the field until later.
Yeah.
Now your commander could be on the field backing these up, which is super cool, and I like that.
My
Uh,
question is, because you bring that up, my
mhm.
question is on our last podcast, I got done. I was told how garrison and putting a unit is giving away information, and that's totally bad for me. And that was just a blob core unit. So you don't feel the same about putting your commander out there in the same
Well,
respect?
so it's volume, right? If you're putting one core unit out there, then that's revealing information that your opponent would. If you're doing your whole army, you're definitely revealing all your cards, right? But now your opponent has a tough decision of where he wants to put his army. And you're not only your units, they get the advantage of being on the field and going, right? They're not taking the turn just to get on the field and positioning. They're already on the field position. Now they get to just do what they need to do, right? Um, I don't think you play a prepared position army in breakthrough. I think that's a bad idea. I think it's more for like intercept signals. Um, I don't think you play it on close the pocket. Uh, Recover the research is a good one because you can effectively put them all in the middle and have them go where they need to, right? Again, don't know if it's gonna be too good. So Jose, you're not wrong. That's revealing a whole lot of information to your opponent.
I'm just
Um,
thinking if you put a commander out on the field and I can get to it, kind of like similar to your situation at VetFest when the Krennic came out a little too much and then you just blew him off the field.
sure.
Like these guys are gonna and these guys are gonna be pivotal to some armies, especially if you're gonna invest into Courage 3 on them and you're or whatever. Like they're gonna be hot targets.
I
But if you're
agree.
gonna like do the emplacement one, like if I see that your commander is like one of these guys, and you only get one other commander spot if you're playing regular Legion and not Battle Force Legion,
Mhm.
like that's a pretty sweet target. You're like, all right, cool. Let me just get that off the table real fast because you were out there already.
Sure. And again, that's the risk, the high risk, high
Yeah.
reward kind of gameplay. And like the like pushback I'll give you is like the commander will already get, backup because you already have him in position. And the thing is, if you shoot my commander now, I shoot at you. Where versus in my game in VetFest was that he had to get on position and then I could shoot without no retaliation, right? That's the advantage of her position, honestly. Um, but yeah, yeah, I agree with totally with Nick. Nick, what would you give the officer letter grade as far as being effective in gameplay?
A tier.
Okay. I would agree with you, Nick. I think the amount of customizability you can do with these guys is going to be amazing. I'm going to love every single bit of it and hate it at the same time.
I'm gonna hate it, not love it at all.
um,
You get to
moving on.
build the gen. Sorry, we're not there yet.
Moving on
Not
to
there yet.
Imperial Agent. This one is cheaper for 50 points. You can do a doctrine, a command slot, training, weapon, and 2 gears. 5 health instead of 6. Courage 2. Surges up and down with white saves. Speed 2. And the weapon is 3 black. Range 2 weapon with 2 whites and 1 black. And then it has equipped doctrine and then relentless, which, yeah, yeah, kind of. I don't know if you're saying like that's too good, but I don't know. I think it's that good. But before we get into that,
Wait, you don't think it's good or you think it's too
I,
good?
I don't think it's as good
Oh,
as
you don't.
and I'm not saying
Oh,
I'm not saying
relentless not a good keyword? Would you
relentless.
would you like
Relent,
would you like independent dodge instead? Would that be a better keyword?
Oh
Hold
my
on
God.
here. You know what's funny? If
It's
the
move
tables
dodge.
were turned, you'd be complaining about Jin having relentless because her
Oh,
gun
I
sucks.
would. Well, if her, yeah,
Yeah,
at least
yeah,
actually
yeah.
no, because at least I could attack. At least something.
I don't know because I'm not too thrilled with the weapon selections for
Are
Empire.
you kidding?
I, yeah, we'll get
Are
there.
you
We'll get there.
joking?
We'll
He's
get there. We'll
shaking
get
his
there.
computer.
We'll
You
get
see
there.
it?
So, before that, doctrine for the Imperial Agent are tip of the spear, which we covered, defend in the depth, which we covered, and then the one that you can equip for just the agent is 8 points. It's called Platoon Commander, and it says during setup you choose an Allied Corps trooper unit. The chosen unit gains retinue Imperial Agent. While this unit is engaged, it gains Surge to crit and Surge to block. If it does not have it, this unit gains Sharpshooter 1. It can also equip all the armaments or the gear slot that we said, and it can also equip all the guns. The command card that it's going to come with is called Fearsome Orientation, which is an Imperial agent only. When an Imperial agent is issued an order with this card, it gains Demoralize 2 and Inspire 2 until end of turn. I don't think we're going to see this card be played. I think this is going to be second to last.
Neither of those two cards are going to be played.
And I can't even say that word.
I know what you're talking about. It looks like it's easy to hit on paper. Here, let me say this. The only way you play that card is if you're taking the cheap commander with Krennic. You hit the Annihilation Looms on 4, you try to linger everything out, and then you play that on 5, and then that's how you get those free
Giving
moves.
giving this the one that the Imperial officer come with suppressive weapons? Are you nuts? That's so good.
No, that's that you're talking about for the command card, right?
Yeah, the Imperial
Yeah,
officer
that's what I'm
one.
saying. Think about it. Think about how hard it is to actually like panic is checked all the time, but realistically, like it's harder to get than people think. And so that's what I'm saying. Like if you like on paper, you look at that card, you're like, cool, I can take 3 units, they get suppressive, I'm gonna get all kinds of these moves out of the way. But it's like realistically, it's a timing issue. It's trying to figure out how you can get them to like if you play this card against me, if anybody plays this card against me,
Mm.
you shoot 1 unit. I'm like, okay, your goal is to get my unit to panic, so you can get a free move.
No,
Right when you
I think you're incorrect. I think the second part of that is the icing on the cake. I think restricting units' actions in the game is huge, and suppressive is one of those ways that is really effective in doing that. Um,
then why don't we see it more? Why don't we see mortars? Why don't we see
I think
range
you do.
troopers?
I think
Why
you're
we
seeing death troopers. I think you're seeing maybe not mortars, but
not range troopers?
In Blizzard Force they have the suppressive command card, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
but
think you
we're
are
not seeing
seeing
it.
just like you said, people take Krennic. You can play Annihilation Looms. Like there are people doing that that have made a good effective way of
I'm
suppressing.
saying I so where we differ is you think the payoff that you think that what I think is a payoff is just the icing. I'm reverse. I think the suppressive is the payoff or suppressive is the
The
icing.
panic
Yeah, the panic
is
like
the payoff. Yeah.
we're opposite on this card. I'm telling you, and on top of that, there's way too many good 3 pips that you could be taking other than this. I like Annihilation Looms being one of them.
Well,
Then
why
you
can't you
got
take Annihilation Looms and this?
what if you're taking why what if you're taking Krennic Invader? Then you have
Then
Annihilation
you're not
Looms
taking
and
Imperial Officer.
but that's what I'm saying. Like you're there this card is not even in the range of like the top 5 3 pips you want to be taking in
Right.
Empire.
When I'm ranking these, I'm ranking them based on the command cards for these units,
No,
right?
no, and that's fine.
So
I'm looking at the overall picture of like this three
I
pip
don't
is
know, man. I
not
think
that
you can
great.
make a pretty suppressive list that can do a job really well at just restricting people's activations, and then it just snowballs from there.
Yeah.
And if go
And
ahead.
I'll go back again to they have two battle forces right now that are pretty good that you can't bring Krennic, you can't bring Vader. So
But
this is
could we also counter that with the increase in big squads that have Indomitable? Makes it that much harder to get
sure,
suppressed and
Sure,
panics.
sure.
sure.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm still making you take that chance of rolling to see if you can get two actions, which I think is huge, right?
I mean, realistically, if I've played you plenty of times if you play an Empire. I've seen the things you do with Empire. If you show up and you have these 3 cards, I feel a little bit better. I'm still gonna get my butt kicked, but I feel better because having that 3 pip means you don't have one of a better 3 pip in your hand. If you have this 1 pip, that means you don't have Vader's Might.
Okay,
You don't
wait.
have
This is a three pip. The one pip is the Imperial Agent that we went over
no,
earlier.
no, I know, but what I'm saying is if you bring any of these 2 cards, I feel better seeing you
Ooh.
like yeah,
Ooh,
I'm not
okay. All
impressed
right.
by these.
We need to have a game soon. You keep dodging me on
Um
playing.
I'm
You keep saying I got
I'm more
MCP,
impressed with
I
the
have family,
hold
and
on.
I'm over here like, can I get a game in, Jose? Can I game in? Like, nah, man. I got family. I
No.
got fantasy football. Yeah, I'm just like just a game, bro. Like I got a big. We gotta go to work. I'm
Um
like, come on, man.
the
I thought we were
and the
friends.
funny
What's
thing
going
is
on here?
shut up. The funny thing is the other 2 command cards, yes, Nick, the other 2 command cards,
Well,
the one that Nick's down about, I think actually has some play.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
But yeah,
Um,
anyways.
Sorry,
so
there was a little extra air in my mouth. Sorry.
Nick, I want you to give me your opinions on the agent first.
I think I again he they're so so cheap.
It's true. They
They're
are cheap.
so cheap, and they have good abilities that you could attach to them. I mean,
Okay, sell me on the relentless. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying relentless is bad, but unless you're stacking the agent with stuff, like giving it a sharpshooter two, like it's still only two dice.
so here's the thing. Here's the thing. So wait, why are you saying only two dice? Why are you not giving why are you not spending
baton.
5 or 8 points to give them something? I mean, 5 points or 8 points to give 8 points to give them 6 dice in melee with immobilize?
Because I honestly don't think I think there's better melee units out there that do a better job.
Sure,
And like
but
And they're in your commander slot.
and to be fair, you have to make, in my opinion, if you're gonna make this a melee unit, you're gonna want to give it the combat armor, and you're gonna want to give it the doctrine that gives you platoon commander, which gives you the pretty much hold the line and
so
you're
I guess
engaged.
so I
That's
guess my
exactly what you give them.
so I guess my argument would be is that for that low of points I'm investing in them, I'm not making them a melee unit. I'm just putting a little extra on them that they could do something if need be. And I'm not even investing that. I'm not even investing that many points to do that. I'm getting relent. I'm getting relentless for no more points than their other operative at the same slot. Like that's what I'm saying. Relentless isn't. I mean, am I crazy? Isn't relentless like one of the best
Relentless is
keywords in the
amazing.
game?
I
Isn't
agree.
and so regardless of what it's on, isn't it like one of the best keywords in the game? And they basically put it on the card at no price point
Well,
whatsoever.
you tell me. Do you think steady was enough for Han to make him good again?
Steady. Oh, come on. Steady helped out Han a
A
ton,
ton,
didn't it?
right? But
Yeah.
like his dice pool is so small that I mean, I'm not saying it's
Ah,
not
okay.
effective.
No, okay. Han is 100 points. This guy's 50.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, to be fair, if you build him the way that we just talked about, he'd be 68. No,
Okay, 68
66.
points.
66 cheaper than that.
Still, okay. Let's do a little math. Let's see.
Jared's
100,
gonna hate my build of this
100
guy.
minus 66. Let's see. Let me see. I think that's still less. Let's see. I think it's still a lot less. Yeah, it's a lot less.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that like unless you're going the fun route and building this guy to be like super heavy and like being the relentless guy that you can make him,
But
it's
but
not as much dice compared
but I guess
to
that's
the
my
normal.
point. You don't have to build him super heavy, and he still gets to do something.
True. You're not
You
wrong.
don't even have to put a ton of points in him. I'm not saying you have to run him up the board and crash the line, but just the fact that you have this sub 70 point unit that can contribute when you need him to with relentless. I mean, that's I I don't that's more than what we at least are used to a commander of that point value doing. Like my Leia doesn't pop out and shoot people and then pop back in
To
like
to
it's
be
like
fair, if
that's not happening.
to be fair, this is the operative.
The operative, okay, the
But
operative, sure,
you are correct in that
sure,
most
but
of the operatives are cost way more,
costs way more.
and this one's a little bit more cheaper. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just again, I
And
was hoping for a little bit more dice pool for the relentless.
what do you
You have
mean?
it
What? Okay,
because you
I
don't want to pay
want
for it.
I
Doesn't
want a
what?
red Z6
Wait,
relentless,
whoa,
baby.
whoa. Okay, hold the freak on.
he's about to cost people?
For 58 points, relentless, you can throw 5 black, 1 red, immobilize 1, demoralize 1 in melee.
You got to go higher than
Six.
that. It's because you got to equip doctrine, so it's 66
Okay,
points.
okay, 66 points
Mm-hmm.
for an operative with relentless that throws 6 dice in melee. What
Hold on, it's
operative?
more than that. It's more than that because
What,
if you're using him in melee, and you are equipping him with the baton, you want to have red
Combat armor.
saves.
Combat
No,
armor.
Yeah.
why? No. So forget that. Forget that. You don't have to do that. No, you don't have to. So you can, you can do that. You
Just
don't
leave the
have
gun on
to.
him then, Nicholas.
But
Just play
but
the gun
but
on
but, but the
him.
thing
What?
is, Nicholas, I think it's ineffective if you don't give him red saves. I think Jose's
Okay.
right.
If you're
So,
Because
okay.
meleeing it, if you're not gonna if you're not gonna put red combat armor on him, don't even give him a baton. Give him the pistol and make him Han.
So wait, so basically, so by that logic then, you're telling me that every unit in my army is worthless. none of my units have red slave. So are all of my units worthless?
Which okay, no. This is where you're drawing the
No.
line in the wrong direction. What operative do you have that's focused on melee that is white saves?
Jen?
Jin?
Okay, that she has a survivability kit.
No, she
Not,
doesn't.
it's not as effective. I agree with you.
It's
But
as
Okay,
invisible as new cover.
other than Jen,
so
what else melee units do you have?
I'll even so let's put the armor on him. Okay, he's 81 points.
Yep.
Okay, so now you have a red save operative that throws 6 dice in melee. What other operative throws 6 dice in melee that doesn't have a lightsaber?
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm agreeing with
At
you.
81 points.
I'm agreeing. Okay, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, no. So
But
if you're
I don't think the agent you put in
no.
melee.
Well, no, but
Yeah,
here's
you
the thing. But
do.
you
Yes, you
just
do.
said that you don't like the amount of dice they're throwing. You said they don't throw enough dice. How much dice do you want them to throw at 81 points? My
Eight dice.
8 dice. I'm throwing 4 dice.
I'm just
I don't have. What do you mean 8 dice? I'm
I,
throwing. I'm
when,
throwing 4 dice at like
when I'm talking
75, 80
when I'm talking
points.
specifically for the Imperial agent, I was hoping for a gun. A melee gun weapon. Now, I don't disagree with you. The 6 dice for a melee isn't bad at all, especially with relentless. That's good. I don't disagree 100% with you on that. But I was expecting more of a relentless gun because when you see relentless, you have a decent gun that does a little bit more impactful, right?
Not true, because Callus has a 4 dice on a relentless.
Yes,
Yeah,
charge.
they made this very much a callous type operative.
Yeah, so there's a reason he has the Callus helmet. He's a build a Callus.
Yeah. So
Callus does not have a big dice pool either.
I think I think the big thing is Jerry, you have to remember
Yes,
the
charge. He doesn't have relentless.
yeah,
Either way, it's
y-
still small
yeah.
dice pool.
You have
Yeah.
to remember the price point of these
Sure.
characters. They
Sure.
if they threw that amount of dice, I mean just
I
I'm
just
just
throw
shocked.
everything out.
Realistically,
so
hold
when
on.
it
Realistically, I'm shocked they don't because one of my biggest complaints in New Legion has been the buckets of dice everybody throws. The fact that this guy doesn't have a miniature bucket with like 7 dice, like
Well,
I'm shocked.
they couldn't be priced at that. That would be ridiculous if
But
they
I'm
set
saying
that at
like
this
I'm
price.
surprised they didn't do something stupid like that.
well when it comes to the pure agent, my opinion is I don't really know. I mean, you could build it a bunch of ways, like we just talked about. That's one way to build it, where you can make it melee focus with relentless, which
That's the
again
only
is
way.
not a bad keyword. It's one of the top keywords in the game. I just, in my opinion, that's the more fun route than the competitor route. Um,
What?
yeah, that's my take. That's
This
my take.
guy is straight bonus B for the riots. He had look,
Hmm.
so hear me out. You guys are gonna hate I know Jared's gonna hate this. My opinion of the agent is so much more higher than the officer because the build that you take this guy with, the doctrine, you give him platoon commander. Your retinue unit is gonna be a rambling, rolling, Imperial March, fucking riot trooper. So you take two of these agents with two riot troopers. You're gonna give this guy, where's that? You're gonna give him the combat armor, and then you're gonna give him the stun baton.
Okay.
So yeah, he's getting up there at points, and this guy is literally just backing up these guys that retinue is going to be a free what retinue is a free aim or dodge. You're going to have a free aim or dodge on a riot trooper squad that has Imperial March that will eventually get hold the line, and you're a chunky boy just as much as they are, and you have immobilized.
why aren't riot control squad good?
No, I think they're good.
Why don't you see them more?
I think you're starting to see them.
Yeah, they're
Maybe
dude.
maybe
No,
you
I
got
you
one
so
of the
if you
I
look
think
at
I
if
think
you look at
I
Longshanks, their percentage is going
yeah, they're
up.
starting to go.
sure. I
I
think
think
they're
the only
cheaper.
reason you aren't seeing maybe spiking as much, one, people have to buy them, probably
Sure.
one thing, and then two, they're not in the battle forces.
Yep.
And I just think that again, it's when it comes to melee units, they always have a tough time because you're
Sure.
bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah,
And
sure.
so like Imperial Agent, you're bringing a knife to a gunfight. It's just I don't think that's the smart choice to bring. But hey, again, you could have fun with it. I would definitely, you know me, I love my melee units. I'm probably gonna make a melee unit like this that we're talking about it. I just don't see the appeal of having relentless when your guns and melee aren't that great. Now, excluding the stun baton is great, and arguably the Z6 right baton is also great because of immune to melee pierce. That's a
Hmm.
really great keyword. So
Not to mention platoon commanders. I was in agreement with Dashes from Toy Scoundrels.
mm,
Um, Instead of saying while this unit is engaged, it gains surge crit, and surge defense, they should just put hold the line keyword.
I
Oh, is
I
it?
I don't disagree. I
Is
don't
it?
They would have
disagree.
saved the ink.
It's the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hold the
it's
Oh,
line.
it's it's the same.
So
But
you have
oh,
a
but
so Nick,
oh,
you have a hold the line operative now with red dice, red saves.
oh no, not Nick. Nick's
yeah,
not
not as
Billy.
Empire.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Oh, my bad.
I wonder if it doesn't though, because wasn't that the whole thing that they changed hold the line or no? Am I remembering that wrong? Did they change hold the line or no? They didn't change it.
No,
No, they
No.
they
didn't change
was
it. Okay,
never in the rule book until
that's
they
right. It
put
wasn't
the
the
Yeah.
rule
new.
book, but
Yeah.
they didn't change it. Okay, yeah, yeah. All right,
Yeah,
all
no,
right.
it's hold the line.
Um.
It's so you get retinue, Imperial Agent, you get hold the line, and you gain sharpshooter one.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think it's interesting that they have sharpshooter one on platoon commander when you kind of want to be engaged. So
But
like this feels
It's
like
if
a
you
tough
build the
one.
gun, if you do
you
the
still
gun
have
build.
relentless. You still have relentless. You
I
can
No, no,
still
Jay,
shoot.
Jay,
I
hold on.
agree. I agree.
It's in the no. The reason it's there is because you get he turns into mini Han. The reason with one he turns into one gun Han because if you take platoon, you get sharpshooter one and you have relentless. You add on the if you add on
Yeah,
the
the
heavy
5 point.
blaster pistol, now you have
Mm-hmm.
sharpshooter two,
Sharpshooter
no
two.
cover.
Yep.
Right. That's I think that's honestly the build you do go with them. But again, if you want to do a more effective stun baton, you do the platoon commander because you get hold the line, right?
Because
Yeah.
that's a good dice pool too. That's
Yeah,
two
and
red,
having
two
surge to
white,
block,
one black.
and it sucks that you don't get immunity pierce, which is kind of good. They balanced it to where not everything is on one card that you would want to build. It's like okay, you can kind of mix it up, do a little thing. But with that being said, Nick, what's your letter grade for the agent?
Hey,
Okay, Jose.
A plus, almost an S.
So I want to see you running nothing but Imperial agents, sir.
You only get to
Uh,
run two.
I
yeah.
I agree with you guys. Imperial officer, I think is an A. Imperial agent, I'm gonna give a B. Um, moving on. Uh, we're gonna go over to the rebels. Arguably
Oh.
the better of the two, or the better
Nick, do you have a hood?
faction.
Nick, do you have a hood to put on and a red lightsaber?
No,
All right.
he's more like Sidious. He plays the good politician, but behind closed doors.
So you've all seen Monty Python and the Quest for Holy Grail, right?
No, but I heard about it.
No, I heard about
Oh
it.
my gosh, neither of you seen that movie? All right, well you
You're
both
older
need
than
to.
we are.
Oh gosh.
I do need
Well,
to
you
watch it. I hear great things about it.
you both need to go watch Monty Python and Quest for. Well, there's a scene in there where they're bringing out their dead. There's a guy and he says, "Bring out your dead," and so they're throwing the dead in the wagon. There's an old man. He says, "I'm not dead yet." That was Jen. She was like, "I'm not dead yet. I'm feeling happy," and now she's dead. They killed her.
Okay,
They
to be
killed
fair,
her.
to
Hold
be
on.
to
And
be
in
fair,
addition to that, they threw Lando in the cart too. They killed Lando. Why
No,
why did
Lando's
they
S tier.
why did they redo Lando's card? Who's gonna play Lando anymore? They killed him. Why would you pay 105 points for Lando anymore?
again, you're not wrong, Nick. You're not wrong.
Why did they waste their time?
You're not wrong. Again, to be fair, if we go the fun route, there's some. Hey, I want to run Lando because he's fun. There you go. But for competitive, maybe not. I think
Hold
I
on.
think
When Nick
I
is
think these custom
when
commanders are what you feared, Nick. Is that they're going to be taking over the meta,
hold on,
right?
when Nick the master of fun is like down and out
We're
about
gonna do that air quotes.
is saying Lando's in the garbage, like that means Lando's not fun anymore for him.
I don't think you've ever played Lando, have you?
Yeah, I started playing
Yeah,
Lando after they changed him. Yeah, just to try him out. But
He's gone.
I mean, I can still play Lando, but I don't see why anyone else would.
You're gonna get rid of Lando when you need points for Honda.
Yeah. They redid Jin's card. They redid Lando's card. They could have saved their freaking time because they're worthless. Worthless.
Hey,
Now these are
you could
out.
have Imperial officer or Imperial agent and Jin Orlando. You know, do a little combo there.
Why? Why would I? No. If I
Fun, Mister Fun Guy, fun. That's why. Okay,
Turn around.
I want to do these a little bit different. I feel like giving the audience information a little bit at a time would help. So the rebel officer and the rebel agent, same thing. The officer is 55, the rebel agent is 50. They all have pretty much the same equipables, other than the
no,
gears.
they don't.
Well, that I was gonna get to that. They don't get 2 gears. They only get 1 gear, and they get to take a grenade slot instead of 2 gears. Um,
Why?
the other thing,
Why?
yep, I'm with you guys. The other notable thing is the officer gets 2 training, where the agent only gets 1. That's the same for the Imperial. Um, but the difference, the health and the surges up and down, the movement speed and guns are all the same for the Imperial. The only differences, other than what I just mentioned, was the officer has Inspire 1, which I think the other one had Inspire 1 too.
Yes, if
Yeah,
that's the
so
same.
that's the same.
They're the
But the,
same.
the agent, in my opinion, the better agent, has Independent Dodge 1 and Nimble.
No. No.
Okay, we'll get there. Oh,
We're
no, no,
there.
we
We're
are there. We
there.
We're
are there.
We're
there.
there. We're there.
Okay, tell me why.
No.
Tell me why.
How? Okay.
Okay.
So wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
So if I took Relentless off Vader and gave him independent dodge, that would be better, and nimble, that'd be better. Like, no, Relentless is way better keyword.
Incorrect, sir.
Relentless. Are
Now,
you kidding me?
you
Relentless.
no, you're not wrong. Again, what you're doing is you're saying relentless is the better keyword, and you are
Yes.
correct on that.
Yes.
But I think the independent dodge 1 and nimble on the rebel agent has a more survivability and effective kill rate better than the imperial agent, and we'll get there as far as when we get to the stats wise and why I think that. Um, Again, relentless is a great keyword. I just don't think it's that good on imperial agent.
So this is, and maybe this is the maybe the bad player in me, and maybe this is not a good. Maybe this is just a stupid way to think. But a lot of times when I look at these releases and these characters, the first thing I do is I say, okay, who will beat who? Because these are essentially these are the same units.
You think
if these units fought each other,
hold
Imperial
on, sir.
agent is gonna kill the rebel agent.
You really think that?
Yes, because the Imperial agent can just go bloop, shoot back. What's the rebel agent gonna do?
Ha! Soak it up with that dodge, sir.
Dodge? What freaking dodge? Dodge token?
To be fair,
are you kidding me?
To be fair, when he's poking out, he's shooting 2 red dice. One's gonna get soaked up by a dodge, right? And
Nope.
a heavy cover.
Sharpshooter too.
The dodge is still gonna soak up 1.
Sure. Okay. So
So that's 1 you're getting through. Where the agent is just gonna move and boom.
No, I'm behind the. How does he see him? You pop
I
out.
can't,
You pop back in.
I can't move back in.
Wait.
I can't move
Yeah,
to
you're
get into
saying-
place.
No.
You're that hidden. It's easy to give yourself a scenario to win, right?
I'm just saying, in a game of Legion, what is a more powerful keyword in a game of Legion? Movement
Relentless.
and attacking, or a dodge token?
And you know what's funny is I don't disagree with you, but I honestly, the way I look at the game now, I think you have to first look at survivability, and that's how I gauge.
I
They don't
think,
have it.
I don't think 1 dodge token on a 5 health white save unit
With the amount of dice
with the
that
amount
we're
of
seeing in
dice,
this game.
is
Yes.
gonna
No,
make
hold
that
on, hold
much
on.
of a difference.
The way you're doing it is against the Imperial agent, and I think the Rebel agent has a more survivability against the Imperial, because whatever you're saying, the dice pool that's going to go against the rebel agent. The same is true for the Imperial agent, which is the rebel one gets to dodge one of those hits where the Imperial doesn't. So theoretically, the rebel agent is going to survive longer than the Imperial agent.
But
Same scenarios.
we get to the weapons. Imperial agents also can throw more dice with his weapons.
They, no, if rebel agent is going to throw more dice with his weapon.
No, the
Let's move on. Let's
Imperial
move
can
on.
throw more dice.
No,
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 the
no.
rebel agent.
Wait, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, I got to go over the doctrines. I know we're jumping all over the place. So the rebel officer can
Oh
equip
wait, we also got to mention, why did I get a grenade?
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So again,
Wait. Here's why. Because Hondo is gonna have some funky grenades that they're gonna want to take.
No.
I think grenades are just very situational, and
None makes sense for these guys. The grenades make their money back when it's on a unit that can spam that many dice for that grenade. This guy's like you're probably you get impact 1, ion 1,
yeah.
Surge to crit is 1, you know?
So here's the only reason why I feel like they gave me a grenade. Because they did not give the rebels 2 unique gear like they gave the Imperials.
Valid.
Why didn't the rebels get 3 gears?
You're absolutely right. You're not wrong.
We only got the combat armor. We didn't get 2 other special gears.
You know what I think?
I feel like the rebels,
what they're doing is that I think they're trying to fix the Empire problem with upgrades as opposed to changing the point cross.
I think the rebel units should have been given 2 armaments, and this we carry 2 pistols.
Again, you might not be
options.
wrong.
Options.
You not be wrong. Options are a good thing. So going on to the doctrine, the rebel officer can equip the frontline commander for 8 points, and it says while within one of this unit, allied trooper units gain Dauntless. This unit gains aid rebel trooper unit, indomitable, spur, and tactical 1. Great keywords.
8 points.
For 8 points. You get all of that. For 5 points, the rebel agent and or rebel officer get to equip the unseen saboteur, which is during setup, choose another allied non-commander, non-operative trooper unit. The chosen unit gains prepare position, and this unit gains low profile and pair position. So you could theoretically prepare position Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome.
A lot of
Tauntauns,
things.
yeah, Tauntauns, Wookiees.
Tauntauns are still terrible. Don't take Tauntauns.
But Wookiees, I mean, not a bad thing. Then for 10 points, the rebel officer can equip the proven tactician, which increases this unit's courage by 1. While within one of this unit, allied core units gain reinforcements. I'm kind of iffy on reinforcement keywords. This unit gains quick thinking and exemplar, which quick thinking we know is a great keyword. And then for the rebel agent, they can equip reluctant hero for 10 points. When this unit makes an attack action, or an attack, just said that. During the form attack pool step, one of its attack pool gains critical 1 for each suppression token it has. This unit, Nick, gains infiltrate, and the keyword you're complaining about, relentless.
Mm-hmm.
So not only does my agent have imperial dodge or independent dodge and nimble, it also gets the keyword that you are arguing is better.
Yes.
Relentless.
No, yeah. I know I get it. I have to pay 10 points for it for some reason. Now, it just strikes me as so odd that those unit cards are so close to being identical. They are so close to being identical.
Right.
Yeah, for some reason they just differ. And I don't know. It just sometimes it's a little strange when that happens. If they're going to be different, then make them different. Why are they so similar? And if they're going to be different, then why are they the same points? Because when you make them the same points, then you're telling me that those things are equivalent, and that's what I'm saying. those keywords are not equivalent. Relentless and Impended Dodge Nimble are not equivalent in this game. Those things do not do the same thing on the battlefield. Therefore, they should not be the same point. That's my point. That's what I'm saying. If you want to give relentless, then you should be 55 or whatever. That's my point. Those are not the same thing. So they can't be the same points.
And you
So
sorry. Go ahead.
so yes, I know I can get relentless too, but now I'm 60 to get relentless. So but that's fine. That's fine.
And you're not wrong, Nick. I've always thought it was interesting as far as how much value a keyword was. And I feel like a lot of the times they're not reflected in people's price points. And I think maybe that's just the game's gone long enough to where there really is no defined point cost for a keyword. It's just what can we do differently with this unit? And then they judge it accordingly how effective it is. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a game designer.
Yeah.
But
and
you're not wrong.
And neither am I.
Yeah. We're just like to criticize the game we love. That's what we like to do here.
I'm just giving my opinion.
Jose, how do you feel about these doctors, my man?
I'm more of a fan of these guys.
You're not wrong. I'm with you there, bro.
I'm more of a fan of these guys. I think the build the Jin Urso is terrible for Nick. Because he's not going to want to build the Jin Urso. What you should do, Nick, take your Jin Urso, cut her head off, and then put it on the agent body.
You know
And
what
then
he
now you
said?
have-
I don't know if you caught it, but he said, I know my agent could get relentless. That implies he's getting an agent.
What he
Boom,
could
you
do
heard it here
also,
first.
what he could do also is he could buy the Imperial agent and do like Jin and Rogue One where she has the Imperial armor on, and
That's true
then
too.
use it as that. But because it would be all AMG plastic. But no, sorry, Nick. I like him a lot better. The doctrines are cool. Not sold on. Um, I don't know actually. Like, I don't hate any of that. I don't hate any of that at all. Rebels have always been so to me. Rebels have always been a build your rebel soup and around the thing you want to do. That's more than Empire, in my opinion, because Empire is like we want to suppress stuff or we want to shoot stuff. With Rebels, it's like we want to infiltrate. Oh wait, my bad. It used to be we want to infiltrate. We want to do like sneaky stuff or maybe have some distractions over here, some rushing mandos over here. I feel like these doctrines really fit well with what the Rebel like jank is in the game, and they're stapled to what I think are great units. My only complaint is the rebels should have had the extra armament, and the only reason I say they should have had the extra armament is because you could make the blaster pistol a staple, and then you'd have arsenal 2 to fire off your two weapons of choice. Then you wouldn't have to pick one.
So I think these doctrines are way better than the Pure one. Um, just looking at the proven technician alone, if you're within range of this guy, your core units get reinforcements every turn. So they're constantly moving on the
No,
battlefield.
no reinforcements. Just turn one.
Is it only turn one?
Turn
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, well then I
they
stand
cleared that
corrected.
up. Yeah, they cleared that up on Notorious Scoundrels.
I do stand corrected. That because I thought these guys were going to be able to move every turn.
Bro, Dash
Um,
made it terrifying. He was like, "You're gonna get like 30 something moves." I'm like, "My God!"
Yeah.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought too.
Reinforcements is at the start of the end phase of the first round of the game. So
Which, if you're doing, I mean,
it's still good.
it's
No,
still good.
it's still very, very good.
Wait. Does that change if you hold on? Does that change? Like Kalani has reinforcements on a command card, so does that change? Like we play our command card later, you just don't get reinforcements.
well, the reinforcement part is a divulge.
It's divulge.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
divulge.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly think all these doctors are way better than the Imperial one. You get, I think, better keywords that can, complement your army really well. The prepared position one, you get to give a unit prepared position that's not a core unit. Then you get prepared position yourself with low profile. So that's really good. Because you can make your rebel officer or agent a red save with low profile. The only unit we ever seen that on was the ARF troopers, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
I mean, and theoretically, you can give the Imperial officer or agent. Well, maybe that's just Empire only. What's the one? Duggan? Is Duggan only
Duggan?
Empire?
No, you can give him
No,
Duggan. You can
Duggan's
give
So
everybody.
Duggan
you
to everybody.
you could give him Duggan on top of that. Like,
You can
I
give him
think there's
Duggan.
a lot more better play here.
The only
Um,
thing Empire has that's Empire only is Imperial March.
Yeah,
gotcha, gotcha.
and these new gears.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, moving on. Uh, as Nick has mentioned before, the only gear slot they have available to them is the combat armor, which is really good, but kind of bummed that they only one get it. Their weapons, however, and I think they're way better weapons.
The
The
weapons are all
the
fucking cool, dude.
the yeah, the heavy blaster, Nick, is only 8 points. You could equip it with the rebel agent or rebel officer. Gives you arsenal 2, range 1 to 2, and lethal 1. That's a red and a white. So effectively, you could be shooting 5 dice at range 2 with Pierce. If you give him tactical, you spin that aim, right? Like
Hmm.
that's huge. You can also give it the Vibro Axe, which is 1 red, 3 black, impact 1,
Charge.
lethal 1, and this unit gains charge for 8 points. Way better than the baton.
Whoa,
No.
whoa,
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
whoa,
You want
no.
you want to know why? You want to
Okay,
know why?
No.
you tell me why first, and I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Okay,
And I'll double down when Nick's right.
lethal 1. Boom. You get Pierce in melee.
Immobilize. You can't move
Mobilize.
nowhere.
I want to mobilize, and I want 6 dice
You rather take Immobilize
And
over
six
lethal 1?
dice.
and 6 dice.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep. Yep. In a
and
game
six
that
I
dice.
requires you,
I think you're wrong.
to get on the POI or run, like you. For
I'm
instance,
killing you
we're
faster
playing.
than you're killing
Hold on.
me.
But no, no. But here's the difference. We're playing bunker. You need to get over there to blow something up. I stall you for 1 turn on an immobilized relentless. That's it. That could put a very big hamper on you scoring your extra or
Again,
scoring your point at that
it's
point.
easy to give yourself a scenario where you win, but
No, no, no.
if you're
I'm
going toe to
giving.
toe with each other, Imperial Agent and
But yeah, but that's the thing. You're not
Rebel,
going. Don't mistake it.
I'm
You're not
piercing
going.
you every
No, no, hold
turn.
on. That's fine. What's more valuable, you piercing me or me stopping you from getting you where you need to go? In this
Again,
game,
you're
you have
giving
to hold on. No,
yourself a
no, I'm not.
situation where you
I'm
win.
not
Yeah.
because Jay, you have to move on to POIs, correct? Yes or no?
Okay, yes,
Hold on, just yes or no. You have to move on
I
to
just
POIs,
said
yes or
yes.
no?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to score you have to move with secondaries, correct? Resurface scan, all these you have to move. These are all
Uh-huh.
very moving
Yes.
things. So if I can stop you from getting to your bunker secondary for even 1 turn, if I could stop you from getting onto a POI, which I can tell you from experience, in one game just locking down a POI is amazingly important. The to be honest, I'll take any amount of wounds as long as if I can get to you and stop you. If I can get to you and stop you, granted I have to wound you, but if I can get to you and stop you and prevent you from scoring even 1 point, that's a difference. And in a game where you got to move on to POIs, move to get secondaries, move to get breakthroughs, move to do all this, moving is very important. Now I get to move relentless and have a shot at stopping you from moving. That's so much better. Wound me all day. If I stopped you from blowing, if that one move stopped you from blowing up my bunker, that's worth it. Like that's so
Again,
worth it.
The
It's
but
not a winning scenario.
the other thing
Because
I'm consider
realistically, this game is played around nothing but winning scenarios.
the other
You're
thing I'm
setting up your
considering
winning scenarios.
the other thing I'm considering too, Jr. As a rebel player, because I don't play rebels, we're not the best army to generate aims. So I'm also considering the fact that I may not have that aim for lethal very often. You know, that aims is not something that you get from a lot of rebel cards, or from a lot of keywords. It's not something, our command cards just give dodges. It's not something you even get a lot of aim. So how often will this character have aims? Like, are you taking the aim actions? That's something I consider too. Lethal's not something that I'm even thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have that aim all the time
but
necessarily as well.
to be fair though, you could make the rebel agent a way to get that aim because of tactical 1.
If you give him that, if you give him the one to give him, yeah, you can give him
Yeah.
that the one frontline commander.
Yeah.
If that's the one you're giving them, sure, that's one way you could do it. But if you're already locked in melee, you're not tactical, you're not
Oh,
moving,
sure, but
right?
you also can just
So,
take an aim, right?
yeah, yeah, of course. I'm
So
just saying.
I don't again I don't disagree with you, but I honestly think Pierce is more valuable in this game because you know what's better from stopping somebody from moving with immobilize? A dead unit.
But couldn't the argument be that making you roll 6 saves is just as good as making you roll 4 saves?
Sure, but I mean you got to also give the dodge, so that's 5, right?
Okay, if you have a dodge.
Well, theoretically should, right? Independent dodge
Yeah.
1, nimble.
But then I can say I have a dodge too, so now I'm rolling 3.
Well, I mean, but the rebel agent is more likely to have the dodge.
But yeah, but take the dodge out of it because both units could have dodges, right? So just take dodge out. So six possible roll
Well,
saves versus 4.
well, what I'm saying is that in this scenario, whatever you have to apply to the Imperial agent, you also got to apply to the Rebel agent,
Yeah.
right? So in this scenario, yeah, I would assume the Rebel agent always has a dodge because of impended dodge 1. And if you're going to give the dodge to the Imperial agent, you also got to give it to the Rebel one, meaning that
What
the Rebel then will have 2 dodges.
I was just talking about attacking in general. Attacking in
Sure,
general. If you're
sure.
attacking a unit, I'm thinking it's probably better to make them roll 6 saves versus 4 and immobilize.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I mean, I don't know. I just anything with Pierce is amazing.
But he doesn't have Pierce,
Spoken,
has lethal.
spoken
Sure,
from
sure.
a true lightsaber wielder.
And
If I can't
again,
get pierced on my lightsaber, I want it on my gun. Damn it!
well, that's the thing is on gun is really good. That's why you don't see a
Yeah.
whole lot on guns.
Here's actually the biggest problem I have with this.
Mhm.
Why does a vibro axe throw less dice than a stun baton? That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Ain't vibro weapons Mandalorian weapons though?
No, vibro could be anything.
No,
Is
Gamorreans
it?
have
I've
Gamorreans
only
have
seen
Is
no
it the
I've only seen them on
Gamorreans have
Mandos.
CX?
vibro axes. Gamorreans carry vibro axes. A lot of vibro weapons are all over
Yeah, I was gonna
the
say
I've
BXs
galaxy.
only
have vibro
Yeah,
swords.
yeah.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah, right.
a vibro axe compared to a stun baton, why is that throw less dice? That
You're not
that
wrong.
makes no sense
You're not wrong.
whatsoever.
You're not wrong. Uh, but
Hold
the
on, wait,
the
wait,
gun
wait. It's
the gun.
because the stun baton, you don't gain charge.
Well, I'm talking more from a weapon
I
perspective.
know I'm messing with you. I'm watching Nick like bubble up. He's like,
Now, I think this next one is up for debate. I don't know where I land on it. I think it's good, but it does have a drawback. It's the repeating blaster, 25 points, so it's a hefty cost. You reduce your maximum speed by 1, so you're slowing down. This unit gets precise 2, and it's from range 1 to 3, critical 1, impact 1, long shot. You're throwing 1 red, 3 white, 2 black, 6 dice at range. I think
Mm.
this is the better gun out of all the guns, and even in Empire.
Well, yeah,
it's a better Z6.
for the blasters, yeah, it has the most dice.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it seems like you pair this with the command where you get the indomitable spur and tactical,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Or the relentless. I mean, I agree with you. The frontline commander that you just mentioned is a better for this one, but you could argue that the reluctant hero. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't give this to the frontline commander, because the frontline commander is rebel officer only.
But you can give the repeating blaster to the officer.
Oh, yes, you're correct.
Yeah,
You're correct.
yeah. So I would say you put the blaster and the frontline commander on the officer.
Yes.
And the reason why I would go with that one possibly over the relentless is just because the tactical is going to generate the aim, the spur is going to get you back to speed 2,
Mhm.
and
Your
the
courage too.
indomitable is going to get that suppression off, and just that dauntless is really cool as well.
A- and you get the aid rebel trooper unit. So if you
Yeah.
don't spin your aim, you can just
Hmm.
pass. So you're not wrong. I agree with you on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. What do you guys? So I don't know. I just think the weapon here are just so much better than the Empire one.
They're
I
not
feel
better.
I feel like the Empire is more supportive, and the Rebel ones are more killy.
I think the melee weapons are better than Empire. We disagree,
Sure,
I guess. I think the melee
sure.
weapons are
Yeah.
better than Empire.
Yeah, we'll have to agree to disagree, but again, I can see that argument, right? I can see that, but I just don't think you're gonna make them melee units. I don't even think you're gonna make
Well,
even
I
with the
think,
Vibarax.
but I think you do though. I mean, if you look at least maybe they're trying to make you do. Look at Callus. He's a melee unit, so they're trying to make you
Right.
make play your operatives and such in Empire as melee, right? So that's at least what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Which again, which again, at that point cost, that's the thing. You're you're not making the melee units. They can sit back and still do nothing all game and just attack in those final turns when they need to. And because they're so cheap, I don't feel like you're going to feel like that hurts.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like all this points and the fact that you have so many options to make them, you can make it to where to fit the army, whatever you need this rebel officer agent to be, which is huge and was what everybody wanted. And so I think they're gonna get
No,
that.
it's not what everyone wanted. Not everyone wanted this. Not
Not
everyone wanted to see that now I can build a gin better than a gin for cheaper
Robogen.
points. And yeah, no, people didn't want to see that. I guess I didn't want to see that.
yeah, I said everybody. Everybody implies human beings. You are not
Yeah,
human, sir.
not human.
um, yeah, I know you have your opinions on the custom commanders, but I just think it's going to be fun for players, right? And I think that's the most important thing is increasing the fun for players. That's how you get more players. That's how you get them to buy your stuff, and that's how you get them to enjoy the game. So, with that being said, oh no, gotta go over the command cards.
Oh yes, yes. Let's
Yes,
talk about the command card. Let's
let's
talk
go.
about the command card.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
okay.
let's
Which one do you
talk
want
about it.
first? Do you want the one that doesn't exist or the one that's the better of all four?
Sure, let's talk about the better one first, then we can talk about the one that doesn't exist.
You're
Okay,
crazy.
so
Nick, you're
the
fucking crazy.
hold on. Let's get there. The two pip for the rebel agent is battlefield reconnaissance. It's for the operative, one operative unit, and one unit. This round, when creating your pass pool, add a number of additional advantage tokens equal to the current round number. That's huge.
Stapled.
Yeah.
Stapled.
Yes, that
Stapled.
yes, I
You
agree a
bring
hundred
the you
percent.
bring the you bring the agent just to take this card.
Yes.
I feel like this is if you are in turn 4, turn 5 and you are, already sort of winning and you have more acts left, does this like clinch it for you? Because if you're already teetering on winning and now you get
Ah,
to and now you get to pass
yeah,
and go after your opponent
that's too late in the game. 4 and 5.
Yeah. This is
or
the
Because
turn 3.
counter.
Turn 3.
yes,
So
that
turn 3. So pivotal turn and I'm saying it's leaning your way, right? But it could still go your opponent's way, but it's leaning your way. But now you get to do this and you now get to have 3 passes that are going to just totally favor you to take those points from them when they don't you're going to go after them. Isn't that going to just like win it for you? Am I
I
wrong?
no, I don't think you are wrong. I think you're absolutely right. I think turn 3 is very much that sticky situation where you need those passes. But where the turn I think you're gonna see this play the most is turn 2. Because I think turn 2 usually is one of the first turns to deciding
Scoring.
who's gonna win because of scoring and how many effectiveness your units were in combat that the dice rolls go in your favor or not. So like this could potentially start the snowball going, right? Turn 3 is also another good contender because maybe you guys are neck and neck and you have lost some units and they lost some units. Like maybe you need more than, whatever passage you're alluded to. 4 and 5, I think the game's already decided. Very situational. Maybe it's not. There's argument maybe some plays for turn 1, but I don't think so because if you're playing this turn 1, you're already going first because you're playing a 2 pip. So you're effectively just canceled out your pass that you just gave.
Does that matter though in rebels that are taking 15, 16, 14 acts? That doesn't really matter.
It does in the sense that my opponent's going to get passes regardless. So now I'm playing a 2 pip that's going to give me a pass that's negated because it's going to make me go first if my opponent didn't play a same pip or lower pip on turn one, right? So I feel like it's ineffective on turn one. Very situational it could be. But yeah, I feel like if you build a heavy rebel list that's like 8x, 9x, then there's an argument for you to say that maybe you play this turn one because you probably will have passes already from your opponent's list, and then this would just give you another pass. But again, it's negated if your opponent plays a 3 or 4 pip, which is most likely going to happen on turn one. So I think we were all in agreement that this is the best one out of the 4 command cards. Uh,
Hands down.
yeah. Moving on to the worst command card.
No, it's not the
We'll
worst.
get your take. We'll get your take. We'll go with your take first, Jose,
Yeah,
because
you can go first.
yeah, I'm really
I'm
curious. But
curious.
yeah, first it's divisionary tactics. I hope I.
Diversionary.
Thank you. It's a 3 pip. It's the rebel officer only. It's 3 trooper units, and it says when a unit is issued an order with this card, it gains 1 dodge token and 1 observation token. Take it away, Jose.
You act like rebels don't have beefy trooper units. Like I feel like when people read this card, they're like, "Why would I put this on my rebel troopers? Why would I put this on my emplacement mark two?" No, you don't do that. You put the dodge on Bad Batch, and you don't care that they have an observation on them. You put the dodge on Mando, who's in melee. You don't care that the observations on him. You play this card, and you bring this card if you got chunky heroes that you don't mind being shot at. You don't mind Luke being shot at. You don't or punched. It's half a name. It's half a name. You don't mind Bad Batch getting shot at. Most people don't even like shooting Bad Batch. You're gonna give my Bad Batch a dodge? Fuck yeah. Okay, my full dodge to your half a name. I think that you bring this card if you're playing beefy heroes. If you're not playing beefy heroes, you don't take this card because you're not gonna want to put an observation token on I don't know Han maybe. Oh, maybe Han's an edge case because steady. You don't want to put it on anything soft, but because a majority of the operatives being taken are chunk boys. Hell, even this being on your sleeper cell's good. Sleeper cell gets a dodge. You're normally already tucked in somewhere, waiting to make your like big jump attack, and it just increases their survivability. And they already got dodges from moving, so you give them a dodge, they get to move and get a dodge. I mean, in the world of JR saying dodges are amazing, instrumental, the best thing in there, very
I like how you put
strong.
words in my mouth.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you, like I physically believe that that one dodge doesn't matter in the current game we are because the amount of dice being thrown. We've established that already. But you know it's better than one dodge? Two dodges. That's cover two, old cover two, if they don't get crits. Oh no, the have situation awareness on
Okay,
a sleeper
what
cell.
I said was that a dodge is better than no dodge.
I think in the world we live in, the dodge doesn't matter because you can dodge one
So
out of 7 hits, and if it's a
so
white save
the
unit,
the dodge matters in that it's canceling a hit for you, and no dodge cancel no hit for you. So having a dodge is still good versus not having a dodge. That was always my argument whenever we argued about dodge tokens.
I
But
don't. Once again, the my whole stance has been these dice pools are too big for one dodge to matter on a white save unit. That's my whole thing. They're too big, too big.
let's not go into it again because we
Yeah,
hashed
no, no,
that
no. I
out.
get you. I get you. I get you.
um,
But either way, you bring this card. You bring this. If you bring this card, you're playing aggressive chunk units that are gonna not care about having the one observation. A free dodge for Luke, free dodge for Mando, free dodge for Bad Batch, 3 dodges for Sleeper Cell that are already gating dodges. You don't. I think people are very down on this card because to them they read Trooper unit and they're just thinking Rebel troopers, vets. They're thinking emplacement troopers. They're not thinking the heroes that could benefit from that dodge. I mean, Mando has independent aim and dodge, right?
Yep.
Okay, now Mando has independent aim and dodge and another dodge, and
Well, you couldn't independent and give him the
Yeah.
he has an order. He wouldn't get his independent.
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. Oh, either way, yeah, I just think that people are like just very very short sighted on the utility of this card. I
So
don't, and they're scared of observation tokens.
so before I let Nick go, I think me and Nick are on the same page. Nick, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for this card because I can see Jose's argument, and because like putting a dodge onto Mandalorians, which is good because they got nimble. I mean, it's not a bad idea for Sleeper Cell as well.
Surge up,
And
save.
the one thing you've always told us, Nick, is that nimble's good and all, but it's a problem when they don't get dodges. Now, this is a card that does give you dodges. So, being that said, take it away.
This is the stupidest card I've ever seen. This is so stupid.
What's funny is I could just see AMG be like, "Hey, we should contact these guys and everything," and then they hear Nick. Never mind.
This is the stupidest card I've ever seen. So I don't even care. I don't even care if you can give me cases where you can be like, oh no, this can work. This can work. What other command card gives your opponent tokens to use against you? That is ridiculous. And it's not like this is even doing something game breaking. It's a 3-pip that issues 3 orders to troopers and gives them a dodge. This is not like groundbreaking territory. It's not even like doing something outside of the normal game mechanic. Like if this said order 5 units or 3 or 4 units or did something different. So that's my biggest problem. Why does this command card have to do that? That is stupid. That is
So
stupid. That is so stupid. You cannot make any argument that me giving 3 dodge tokens out deserves to give my opponent a token, regardless of
It's a
any other.
shitty token.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter what the token is or anything. No other command card in any other army does this. Period. That is it's the stupidest card I've ever seen designed, probably since Grogu's victory point. It is the stupidest thing ever.
you're not wrong.
It's so stupid. I think they thought they were cute when they designed this, and I even saw the article when it talked about like battle is risky and da da da. It's like no, that is this. So it's just stupid. Is
I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and I'm
Go for
trying to go into AMG's thought process and making this card. Because you're right, Nick. You're absolutely right. And the reason why you're right is because that observation kind of negates the dodge because you get to reroll the hit. That will then the dodge will just
A
get rid of.
chance to reroll
Agreed. There is
versus
that
a for
chance.
sure removal.
Agreed. Again, agreed. But that's just a free reroll for them for no reason, right? So Nick's not wrong, but if I had to kind of get in the head thought process, I think they made this card for nimble units because if you get to re-roll one hit, and let's say it was a hit, I get to dodge it, but since I have nimble, I get it back. So effectively cancel out the observation, and I get the nimble to use for the rest of the round, right? So it could potentially cancel more hits, give me a higher survivability rate. And just like you had said, Jose, it's good for Rebel Troopers. It's good for Mandalorians. It's good for Sleeper Cell.
Not Rebel Troopers. I said
Well, it's still good for
Sleeper Cell. Sleeper
it
Cell.
is still good for Rebel Troopers because even though they die fast, and I'm not disagreeing with the high dice pool, I'm not disagreeing with the focusing down. They die like flies. Not disagreeing with any of that. I'm just saying it does give them a higher chance to live. But I don't know why they could just not just give them dodge tokens without giving observation tokens.
That's my point. That's
Yeah.
my point. There's no reason why they had to do that. Why doesn't every other command card then give my opponent something? It's not like other command cards don't give tokens that synergize with their army keywords,
Wait,
right?
hold on. We came from a prehistoric world where you got a command card to flaw my Anakin, and
And
I
no
didn't
one
hear
liked it.
anybody but I didn't hear
Everybody
anybody.
complained about
Hold on, but I didn't complain about it. I didn't mind it. I was more upset that Maul didn't have one, but that's a
it.
different story. Maul, if anybody, should have had one. But my point
Miles,
was
perfect, sir.
nobody using it. Like
Well, that
there
wasn't a
was
command
already,
card. That was a flaw card. That was not a command card.
it
That
was
was a
still
flaw
giving your
card.
opponent something stupid.
And
But
no
it, but
one liked it.
and no one liked it. But it was a flaw card. It wasn't a command card. If you want to give me this card and a flaw card with it, okay. But don't give me this as a command card.
Wait. So, devil's advocate here. If I gave you this that just said dodges on it, and then you had to give me a flaw card that says, when you play this card, put an observation on the three of your opponent's units, would that be better?
That would at least make more sense. I guess it would make more sense, but at least it would be have precedence. If like my rebel officer had the keyword flawed, but that's the thing. Why is it on the command card? Unless we start seeing command cards with downsides, unless we start seeing more command cards with downsides, but that yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're not going to see that, right? Then why does this command card have a downside? And I will fully take if like somebody can point out other command cards with bonuses to opponents. I can't think of any. Do other command cards give bonuses to opponents? I can't think of any.
You're not
No.
wrong. I mean, I can't think of any off the top of my head either, but
I don't think
uh,
this card is so groundbreaking that
I hope
it
somebody
needed
plays this
this.
card and wins a major and be like, now what,
that
Nick?
that doesn't
But
negate the
but
fact
no,
that
but no. So that is beside the point.
I
That is
don't think it's a big
beside.
downside.
But
It's not a big
no,
downside.
I'm not even disputing that. I'm not even disputing if it's a big downside or not. It is stupid that it's even written on there.
What other command card hands out three dodges in the Rebel faction?
well, you do have that generic three pip that whenever they dodge, I think they can.
Whenever they make an
But yeah,
attack,
but
another unit gets a
you have to
dodge.
make
Yeah,
the
yeah,
attack.
yeah.
But I'm
Somebody
talking
makes
about
attack.
what command card right now in the
Luke,
Rebel faction gives you which
Luke.
Luke
one?
hands out
Yep.
dodges on his
Three?
command cards.
Well, at
What card
least
hands
two.
out three
Two
dodges?
his two
That's not what
dodges.
I'm asking. What
But
Rebel
so
command card hands
I don't.
out
I
three
don't think. I don't
dodges?
think it matters the
it
number of dodges handed
again
out.
doesn't matter the number. Doesn't matter the number. A lot of command cards in this game hand out a lot of tokens and a lot of different tokens. No other command card as a cost of handing out those tokens has a drawback. Three dodge tokens is not a insurmountable tokens as like some crazy number that we have not seen before.
Which is funny because they
I'm
got
gonna
rid of
add
flaw
one thing real
cards.
quick. It's really not gonna matter. So it might not matter because I'm playing. I don't want to say devil's advocate because you know how much I fucking hate this new cover system. But I could get the dodge, give you the free reroll. You get your three hits, and then it all goes to cover. Then it doesn't even matter at that point, and you still got dodges. Like
But
I don't
again,
think
you're
it's
giving
not.
yourself a scenario where you win.
No, it's a real scenario. Like it's
I
a
know, but
covers in the game. Cover it happens more than not. And once again, I stated it by saying I've already shit on cover. I know it's a highly improbable thing. I've
mhm,
established that,
okay.
but I'm saying like I don't believe it's something that people are like, oh my God, and it's the most terrible thing ever. Like, if this was like, give three dodges, and every one of those dodges, the three units that get a dodge, they go speed down one. Now I'm like, okay, Nick, this is a terrible card. It's completely fucked up. It's completely egregious. Why would you do this? AMG, why would you do this? But you're giving three dodges to relatively, if you brought them in your, like I said, this is a corner case. You're bringing this card if you're bringing strong units. You're bringing this card if you're bringing chunky boys. You're bringing this card, like JR said, on nimble units. You're bringing this card on preferably red surging units. You're bringing this card on things that get dodges from moving, like
I don't
nimble.
think
Wouldn't
you're
put
ever taking this card over your other three pips. ever.
Do you think there's a zero chance you see this card at LVO?
Oh, so
Someone will take it.
there's never a zero chance you'll see nothing. I know some idiot that took Grogu to LVO. So there's never
And you
never
became everybody's favorite person.
never a zero chance to see nothing.
Legendary
So
Nicholas.
so
I think you're gonna see this card taken, and I think it's
You're
gonna
gonna
be
see it
more than
taken.
anybody. It's gonna be more than people think, dude. I'm
I
telling you,
I
like,
the only thing I like about this card is it doesn't make me want to buy the commander pack. So
Okay, so again, agree to disagree on far as the that command card because I could see some playing it, but again, you're just giving your opponent a free observation token. Like there's so many scenarios where they get more aims and sharing aims, and it's just like the dodge is there to at least cancel one of those. But I need a letter grade, so we're gonna start with Jose. What do you think, Imperial officer and
wait, no,
Imperial
you
agent?
rebel officer. I mean, rebel officer, right?
What did I say? Oh, I said Imperial, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, Rebels officer and Rebel agent. What are you letter grades?
uh, I'm not a fan of the agent. I'm a fan of the officer.
Okay, what letter grade would you give them?
Uh, Officer for me is gonna be. I like the things he can do. I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give him a. I'm gonna give him a B plus. He's almost A. And I'm gonna give the Rebel Agent, because I don't like one dodge on white save units. I'm gonna give that like a
Wow, he's
still
got red
useful,
save, sir. Thank you.
still useful when you put combat armor. Still useful. I'm gonna give him like a B minus.
Okay. Nick, what do you give it?
In the rebel faction, these are both A, maybe maybe
I
S.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I agree with you 100%. I wouldn't give him
Yeah,
S yet, but I
they're
def
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I just look at the fact that they're gonna push out all the other cheap options.
you're not wrong. I think A is the appropriate answer for them.
Can I can I put some, because I know we're getting to the end here, but I just want to say that this is I have a couple concerns. One, I strongly feel like Nick's gonna lose his shit because I think the Clone War ones are gonna be
Oh my
busted.
gosh,
They're gonna be
they
I
busted.
can't wait for the droid to
They
fly.
are gonna be busted. We're gonna
Oh,
have
you're not
like
wrong, Jose.
cause hold on. Didn't they mention there was like a sentinel, there was a sentinel doctrine? You know that's Guardian, and you know it's gonna be on a clone boy, and you know it's gonna be a
It's
chunky boy. People
it's not gonna be on the Clone Boy. They already said they're gonna be Jedi's,
well, they're fucking in the faction.
but they're not
Either
clone
way,
troopers. That's important to note.
no, well, okay. Either way, it's gonna be we're gonna have a build a Jedi Guardian unit that we're gonna be able to add. Oh, so our combat armor is red saves, but our combat armor is gonna give us surging red saves for probably less points. Because we're already expensive. You don't want to give us more expensive stuff. You want to help us out a little bit. Our guns are gonna be stupid. The lightsabers are gonna be probably somewhere between better than fifth brother, seventh sister, and lower than, a good Jedi. It's gonna be like Guardian 1, but you're gonna have a doctrine that gives them like +3. Like it's gonna be something dumb. I don't even want to think about what the CIS ones do. Like Nick is gonna have a full blown meltdown and be like, "What do my rebels got? Nothing." Um, but here's the part that I'm very concerned about. If these sell well,
They are.
if these are a hit,
They are.
if these are a boom,
They
keep
are.
in mind,
yeah.
we got rid of Commander Becky and we got rid of Commander, I don't know,
Shoot, get
Tyrone.
rid of Becky. We got Karen up in this.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got rid of Becky and Tyrone for these guys. It almost makes me feel like instead of reworking Becky and Tyrone into these guys, like making Becky and Tyrone these things right here, that they kicked out the old to bring in the new.
I think you're
So
incorrect.
it
That
makes me concerned, and Nick is probably. I think if there was ever a point where Nick's like, I think I'm done with Legion, we're gonna start seeing rank build a units. Could you imagine, JR, build your own B1s.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
It,
Here's your AIs you can take. Now here's your
That'd be
weapons you can
so
take.
good. That'd be so good. But to be
Your
fair,
B1 doctrine, you get to ditch AI for token sharing.
that would be amazing. But
But
to be fair, this is this is Becky and Tyrone 2.0. That's literally what this is.
yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like we're gonna see what's stopping us from like next year seeing guerrilla rebels, and it's just the rebel trooper, but like 2.0.
I think
Build
that'd be
your own rebel
amazing.
trooper.
I think that'd be awesome.
But then like it wouldn't be because like
Why?
I don't know,
Why?
it's just
Why?
kind of
Why?
hard.
Why? Why can't you give the option for your Gungans to have a shield or a sling?
Well, that's an armament. I'm
But
talking
but
about a
but
full
but,
build.
but
I'm
they
talking about a
but they
full
could.
build.
I mean,
Like
again,
instead of doctrine,
doctrine is armament, right?
no.
I mean, it's not in the
It's
sense
not a
that
gun, it's
they're two
keywords.
different slots, but the doctrines give a bunch of great keywords, and that's what's got me hyped for the Clone Wars because they're gonna see a lot of good
But I'm just
keywords
saying, like,
too.
I don't want to see, I don't want to see, let's see, like, I don't want to see, like, and
I don't
for core, it'll be field tactics instead of
I don't think they
doctrines.
would ever do that for squads though.
Did you ever think make Build-A-Bear commanders and operatives? Can you tell me with a straight face you thought they were ever gonna do this?
Not they would ever think they would do it, but it makes sense that they did it. So I'm not. I guess I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised they did this because it makes sense. But
No, it
doing that for
doesn't.
squads, that would be too hard.
It's easier to do a Build-A-Bear squad than rework an entire squad or make a new squad from scratch.
I don't know. I think it'd be a lot harder to
You're
do
printing words
units.
on paper and 3D printing plastic.
It's easier for them to just come up with upgrades like they did, new upgrades for the squads. Like
Yeah.
coming up with dug in changed how a squad worked versus
But
trying to come up with a new squad.
would a competitive player, and this is not Nick because I know Nick's not super competitive, but given the option, JR, as a competitive player, would you rather play a standard B1 that you know is decent, you know it's okay,
If
or
if you do,
if you had an option to buy a build a core
well, of
unit where you
course
can
you're
specialize,
gonna do the
you're
builder
gonna
one.
but you would pay for that, right? You would pay
Right.
for you would say, Jose, I have six more B1s for you to paint. And that's my thing.
The reason why I don't think they would though is because I think it get convoluted at that point. Because then
Yeah.
It,
if you see my B1s, you're like, okay, what do your B1s have? And then your
Yep.
B1s have something totally
Yep.
different. Yeah.
Yep. And now we're playing Warhammer.
Yeah.
yeah, that's where this is going because look at you're not gonna mistake you're not gonna mistake a regular super tack with a upgraded super tack that Build-A-Bear super tack. You're not gonna see that super tack and be like, oh dang, that's a regular super tack. No,
You're not wrong in the sense that you're gonna have to ask your opponent several times. Wait, what does your custom commander have? Because there's options. So it was the same thing with Iden and what's his name, Cassian. They could take two different guns at the start of the deployment, and you had to ask them like, what's they're taking? And that one wasn't too bad, but this one has a lot more options. So you're not wrong. At the beginning of a game when someone's playing, you're gonna be like, what did they have again? So
I
it
just think if this is successful and makes money.
if they kept doing it though, it's gonna get really confusing really fast.
Yeah.
And new players I don't think new players are gonna care.
Uh New players I think would care,
We would have questions because we've seen all this for years. Our eyes are fixated on
but
this.
I think the thing to draw new players is not convolute a system, right?
But it's convoluted to somebody
That's
who's
why that's why I didn't like the cover system because it
well, but
added a
here's the thing.
step with
It
convolution.
wouldn't this wouldn't be convoluted to somebody who's never played Legion before. Because I have Rebel Troopers and then I have make my own Rebel Troopers. And to all the new kids, for instance, anybody playing Legion now, like that's just getting into the game, 2 point or Legion now is not convoluted or confusing to them. Because here's the difference. Where me and you and Nick are like, fuck, they added steps, they changed this, they changed that. It's a little bit confusing. These new players, they don't have that bad habits that or the old play. They're starting from point zero and they're learning a different game than we learn. So therefore, what's convoluted to us is not exactly going to be convoluted to new people.
You just got Delta Squad for Shatterpoint, right?
Yes.
Do you know what they do?
I've read their cards, but I haven't.
Right. You're still relatively new to Shatterpoint, correct?
No, I've played Shatterpoint.
Well,
I've
I
played
know,
games
but
of
you're
Shatterpoint.
not like
If you're asking about Delta specifically, no, but
okay.
like I've played.
So when you're playing Delta for the first time, you're still trying to understand your keywords and everything. Now imagine you playing against me, who also has Delta Squad, but has totally two different keywords. Same models, just two different like stats. It's gonna confuse
That's
you,
no
and you're a
that's
newer
no,
player.
but that's no different than just being like, hey, what do you have? You print lists for a reason. You
Yeah.
look at
It,
your
it,
opponent's list for a reason.
it all depends on where your gaming background, where you're coming from. Because anyone that's
Yeah,
coming
that's
from
my
a more
point.
more complicated game is gonna catch on or
Yeah,
yeah, just
I agree with that
depends.
100%. Like I
Yeah.
said, but I also think it's the difference of old dog, old tricks to new puppy. That like for us, this is for us, New Legion is not New Legion, as in we've never played this game before. We have 4, 5, 6 years of old Legion that now our brains are wired to play a specific way, and now we get hit with New Legion, and now where I'm like, oh shit, how does cover work? A new player who's starting in New Legion knows exactly how cover works if this is the only version they've played.
We're
So
just
therefore,
we're
if this is the only version they've played, and they get handed a Build-A-Bear commander, they're gonna know more or less what they like and what to do with this Build-A-Bear commander than they would if they would have just had Tyrone and Becky.
we're
So I
just
think the same can be
lucky
said for anything else.
we're just lucky they didn't put danger sense on any of these characters.
That's true. I mean, they did do low profile. That's
They did,
kind of cuffs.
but we're lucky they didn't put danger sense on these characters because I would have been
They should have named the
pissed.
three pip finish the mission.
They should have named it like something with the dad's name, Gallon or so.
We need to,
But
Rob,
last
you need to make a standing orders with Nick raging.
the last thing I want to cover before I let you guys go is which one of these two you think is the better one? So, Jose, you think the Empire has better options, or you think Rebels has better options?
Hmm. I like so the Rebels have the better option in sense of you play Rebel Soup regardless. Whereas the Empire has good options, but you're really tied down to how you're gonna play that with the like for instance, you'll do two Imperial agents with two riot troopers, and that's gonna be a good solid unit for you to run like that. Whereas that setup might be the only setup you could do with that. Fun. Um, Whereas in Rebels you literally play everything, every type of keyword, every kind of jank, every kind of mix, every kind of thing, to where you're getting more benefit of the customizable. I feel like with the Empire, you're kind of locked into one or two things, whereas Rebels, you can run these two guys every which way under the sun.
So, which one do you
So
think is better?
I'm gonna go with the Empire just because you're specifically tied to building them certain ways to fit things the Empire already doing great.
Hey, Nick, what about you?
I think the Rebels.
I'm so split because Empire has that combative uplink one, which is
Yeah,
staple, but I do think the Rebels have better options and have a higher lethal and survivability rate. So I'm gonna go with Rebels. But
yeah.
Which one do you
that
think makes a bigger impact?
I think they're
I think
both
they both. Yeah,
yeah.
They both?
I think they're
But
both,
if
both
you
gonna
had to
make
choose one, because
both.
We know Empire's been hurting.
I
Rebels have been on the rise a little bit. Does this balance it out? Do Empire get a little bit of a bump with these guys?
I'm gonna say Empire if you're gonna ask that question, which I think would be more impactful to the army, because they actually have command cards that they could play. This Rebels only have one command card out of the two. So to be fair, the Imperial Red Agent one is not really that good. I don't think you take that at all, but it's a lot better than giving your opponent an observation token. So, with that being said, guys, thank you guys for joining me. Any last words, Jose?
Oh, get ready for Build a Core, because that's coming next.
No, not coming.
And damn it, AMG, you have about a few months and you have a month and some days to make me not care about any of this and just give me Gungans.
Jose? Or sorry, Nick. Any last words?
Still not buying one.
And I believe Jose lost a bet to me because he played with chess clocks. So I'm gonna have to go back and find out what that bet is and get my free paint.
Oh
So,
God. Show me the
um,
receipt.
anyways, thank you guys for joining me, and listeners that are still here, we appreciate you guys' support. Thank you for joining us. Please come to the Legion Lads tournament on September 7th. It's gonna be a blast, and we'll see you guys next time. Later.
See ya.
Later.